Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH Rebirth of Emperor Yang episode number 6 based on novel. So let's start. At this moment, the whole people on the second floor of the inn suddenly woke up. This man is looking for his own death. It is clear that he is a peerless genius. When he is young, his strength has reached the level of Dozong. Then he will be a peerless strong man in the future. Maybe one day he will become a legend. Such a figure, the Wu family not only go out to climb the relationship, but also want to kill him. The Wu family is really stupid. Some people sigh when they think that such a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity has been abandoned by them. However, some people also sneer. The Wu family has been arrogant and domineering in the past 10 years. Now someone can finally treat them. The man in blue suddenly contracted his pupils when he heard the speech, forced his body to turn in the air, hugged the frightened girl, fell to the ground smoothly, and then flew towards the family. Xiao Yang didn't even look at the escaped man and woman. He calmly looked at the old man in black opposite. The old man in black looked at Xiao Yang and quickly smiled at Xiao Yang with a face that was more ugly than crying. He smiled and said to Xiao Yang, "It's really wrong for me to shoot you just now. In fact, it's just a misunderstanding. My young master is used to sitting in your position, so this is. But I've asked him to go home and call the patriarch. The patriarch will come to apologize to you in person. I hope you won't be angry." Xiao Yang sneered at his speech and said, "Are you from the Wu family? A Liu family helped me. I heard him say that the Wu family in Qingyang City is arrogant, domineering and ruthless. I don't want to see it today. Ha ha." Xiao Yang looked at the old man in black with a cold face, which made him feel very uncomfortable. However, the old man in black had an idea and said to Xiao Yang with a smile, "Ha ha, it's you. It's really a family that doesn't know a family. The person who helped you is Liu Xiong. Ha ha, to tell you the truth, that boy is my grandson. If I had known this relationship, there wouldn't be so many misunderstandings." Xiao Yang's eyebrows were slightly raised when he heard the speech. Everyone in the inn also had a slight twitch. This old fellow has too thick skin. He just pretended to be a member of the Liu family. If he was found, it would be really over. The old man in black knows it, but how can he take it back as soon as he speaks? Besides, if he doesn't say it at the moment, if Liu Xiong asks him to deal with the Wu family after helping him, even if the Wu family is strong, he will not be the opponent of others. Now he can only delay first. It's really not good. The big deal is to wait for the owner to kill him here. As long as we solve all the people who know the news, even if the Wu family really killed the younger generation of some great power, what can we do? When he thought about this, the smile on the old man in black's face was even brighter, but it seemed to Xiao Yang that it was incomparable. How could Xiao Yang not know the old man in black's idea? But Xiao Yang turned his head and looked out of the window of the inn, showing an unexpected color on his face. Xiao Yang looked at the old man in black and didn't do it. He just smiled. The old man in black seemed to understand something, and no longer said what he was from the Liu family. He stood in place with Xiao Yang and waited quietly. A moment later, a powerful and domineering middle-aged man came from the window and appeared next to the old man in black. When the old man in black explained the relationship between Xiao Yang and the Liu family, the owner of the Wu family changed his face, sent a message to the old man in black, and then walked towards Xiao Yang with a smile. However, when they came to Xiao Yang, they suddenly shot at Xiao Yang, want to kill Xiao Yang here in one fell swoop. Seeing this, Xiao Yang felt a little uneasy in the hearts of the old man in black. The strength in his hands became more fierce and roared towards Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang stood quietly in place, his hands attached to his back, and there was no action, but when the two people's bombardment was about to fall on Xiao Yang, he only heard a roar. The two masters of the Wu family rushed forward and stopped fiercely. In front of them, a slightly tired figure came and resisted their attack. In an instant, the figure staggered back 3 steps, while the two masters of the Wu family only stepped back slightly. They stared at each other, and then there was a sneer, looking at Xiao Yang. His eyes were even colder, but Xiao Yang ignored them, but looked at the middle-aged man in front of him. The man seemed to feel something and turned around. A gentle smile appeared on his pale face. Xiao Yang glanced slightly, smiled and nodded in response. The lord of the Wu family looked at the two people and ignored them. His anger was even worse. He drank violently, and the fighting spirit in his body ran rapidly. The light in his hand flashed, and a long sword appeared in his hand. A sword stabbed the man who was facing him with his back. The man did not dodge, but turned and punched him. Heaven and earth sword. Zhunshan fist. At the same time, they roared violently and hit each other with swords and fists. They took a step back. As soon as the Wu family leader shook his body, he took off all his terrible strength. However, the middle-aged man had a surge of qi and blood in his body, and a touch of flushing appeared on his pale face. Ha ha. Liu Huabai, you're still not good. With your strength now, I advise you to leave quickly. Don't try to keep this son by force. If you leave, I promise I won't move your Liu family within 5 years. Otherwise, I can let you go today, but wait until tomorrow. No wonder I'm serious. So, you think it's the family, yes, or is it important to be an outsider who has nothing to do with you? The owner of the Wu family said with a sneer. The eyes he looked at the owner of the Liu family were full of ridicule. At the moment of hearing the speech, the owner of the Liu family frowned and showed a tangled color on his slightly flushed face. According to the feeling, he and Xiao Yang really didn't, and even they just met at the moment, but Xiao Yang was kind to him. Although it was indirect, it helped him a lot. But what about his family? What about his family? After thinking about it, the leader of the Liu family finally decided to keep Xiao Yang. After all, as long as he kept Xiao Yang, it means that the Liu family has made friends with him. With Xiao Yang's qualification, he will be valued by some big forces. As long as the family can last until that time, let alone the Wu family in this small Qingyang city, which is 10 times stronger than him, I'm afraid he will also give his family some thin noodles. As soon as he thought of this, the original hesitant look of the Liu family master immediately became firm. Standing in front of Xiao Yang, he blocked the Wu family master who wanted to attack Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang also showed a look of appreciation in his eyes. He nodded slightly and continued to look at it. The Wu family leader looked at the Liu family leader with a firm face. Their faces suddenly became gloomy. Their palms slowly clenched into fists and looked like they were about to hand, which made the Liu family leader's face become dignified in an instant. But the next moment, the owner of the Wu family burst out laughing. Okay, you Liu Huabai. Okay, you Liu family. Just wait for the anger of my Wu family. I wanted to give you a little more breathing time, but since you Liu family don't want it, no wonder I'm old man. Wash my neck tonight and wait to be bombarded by my Wu family tomorrow. The Wu family leader roared angrily. As soon as the voice fell, the Wu family leaders left the inn and went to their family to prepare for the war the next day. Liu Huabai didn't turn to look at Xiao Yang until he saw that the 2 masters of the Wu family disappeared into his field of vision. Seeing Xiao Yang's indifferent face, Liu Huabai's eyes coagulated slightly, and then opened his mouth to ask Xiao Yang, "Do you have any plans? If not, I'd like to invite you to stay in my humble house for one night to avoid the old ghost of the Wu family from attacking you in the middle of the night. I wonder if you can agree to my proposal." Xiao Yang looked at Liu Huabai, smiled, nodded and said, "Then I'll disturb you." Liu Huabai quickly waved his hand and denied it. He walked out of the inn with Xiao Yang with a smile. As soon as he left the inn, Xiao Yang saw Liu Xiong who had helped him lead the way. Looking at Liu Xiong's respectful look, Xiao Yang frowned slightly. After talking with him for a long time, Liu Xiong returned to the way he was leading Xiao Yang. He talked and laughed with Xiao Yang and ignored the Liu family owners. He was so helpless that he had to follow them all the way and watch Xiao Yang and Liu Xiong go to the Liu family residence together. Qingyang City, Liu's residence. There are more than a dozen people in a hall. On the Nanmu chair in the center of the hall, a pale and slightly weak figure is sitting on it. Liu Huabai looks at Xiao Yang sitting below and asks with a smile, "I don't know where Taoist friend Xiao Yang lives." Xiao Yang heard that he knew that the other party wanted to understand the value of his bet. Otherwise, how could he explain to the family? You should know that Liu Huabai took his family as a bet to keep Xiao Yang. But if he failed in the end, the price would not be affordable. Even if he compensated the whole family, he might not be able to make up for his fault. Xiao Yang didn't answer immediately, but first glanced at all the people in the hall. Most of them were some elders and outstanding descendants of the Liu family. They also heard about the upcoming war between the 2 families, which was caused by an outsider named Xiao Yang, and they could probably guess the reason why the clan leader kept Xiao Yang in danger of the whole family. Therefore, there was a look of expectation on their faces. Xiao Yang glanced at them once, and then smiled back to Liu Huabai. "It's just a casual repair in the next year. Only because I met some opportunities, I have today's strength. There is no exact place to live." As soon as these words came out, the people in the hall immediately became agitated. The reason why they could wait here quietly was not for Xiao Yang's affirmation of the forces behind them. But now, The boy has nothing at all. He has always been pretending. Even Liu Huabai's face changed slightly when he heard the speech, but it stabilized the next moment, because he saw the faint confident smile on the corner of Xiao Yang's mouth. This kind of calm and confident smile in the face of danger was not the first time he had seen it. Moreover, Liu Huabai always felt that there was something he couldn't see in this smile, which was the real reason why he couldn't see clearly and dared to bet on his family. It was this kind of smile when he faced the Wu family leader in the inn before, but he was still so calm at the moment. He was not pretending. This son is by no means an ordinary person. Thinking of this, Liu Huabai was very calm. He slapped the table made of good nanmu with his broad palm. A loud noise spread throughout the hall. The noisy hall suddenly became silent. Everyone glared at Xiao Yang, but he didn't dare to make a sound. Liu Huabai looked at the silent people, and a momentum from the superior rose, so that everyone below was shocked by their spirit, and their eyes involuntarily focused on Liu Huabai. Liu Huabai looked at the people who looked at him, gave a deep look at Xiao Yang sitting below, and finally said, "Although Taoist friend Xiao Yang is alone, he is very kind to me. Now the Wu family is bent on annexing my Liu family, and Taoist friend Xiao Yang is also an enemy of the Wu family. How can my Liu family sit idly by? What's more, even if the Wu family really doesn't move my Liu family within 5 years, can my Liu family really enhance their strength to compete with the Wu family within 5 years? So, old man, I decided to join hands with Taoist friends Xiao Yang to fight with the Wu family. If I win, my Liu family will survive in this Qingyang city. If I lose, I also want the Wu family to be seriously injured and can't stand in this Qingyang city. I don't know if my Liu family man can dare to fight with me and the Wu family, destroy his Wu family and revive the glory of my Liu family." Liu Huabai said that later, he became more and more excited, and even roared. As soon as his impassioned words were uttered, all the people in the whole hall shouted in unison, "War! War! War!" This also made Xiao Yang sigh and nod. When Liu Huabai saw Xiao Yang nodding there, Liu Huabai's eyes coagulated slightly. This attitude towards things was like an old man praising his younger generation, which surprised him. It was difficult to say that Xiao Yang was an old monster who had lived for hundreds of years. There are always some old masters in the world who like to use some secret methods to change themselves back to their young appearance. In this way, dressing up as pigs and eating tigers in the crowd has attracted both anger and helplessness. Now Liu Huabai suddenly thinks of this. Liu Huabai is more and more excited about his various behaviors before uniting with Xiao Yang. If Xiao Yang is really an elder who dressed up as pigs and eating tigers, with his family's efforts to keep Xiao Yang, he can definitely have a good impression on his Liu family. At that time, it will be the rise of his Liu family. Bang! Suddenly, a sound of breaking the door sounded, and 5 old men in white clothes and grey hair walked into the hall. Suddenly, all the people in the hall asked to come out. The 5 people walked up to Liu Huabai. A faint light shone in the eyes of the old man, looking at Liu Huabai and saying, "Master, I don't think so. As long as the Wu family can let my Liu family recuperate for 5 years, the strength of the master may not be improved. What's more, the master is now recovering strongly. 5 years later, my Liu family will still be able to stand in Qingyang City, but now the master wants to gamble with the family for a young generation he doesn't know at all. Master, you're really a big gamble." The people in the hall also turned pale when they heard the speech. They looked at Liu Huabai with a heavy color of doubt in their eyes. The old man also narrowed his eyes slightly and looked at Liu Huabai with sharp eyes. However, Liu Huabai ignored them when he heard the speech, but looked down at the plain Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang smiled when he saw Liu Huabai looking at himself, then he got up and looked at the 5 old men and said faintly, "Master Liu, are these 5 elders of your Liu family?" Liu Huabai frowned slightly when he heard the speech, but still nodded. "It should be," and opened his mouth to Xiao Yang. "In the middle, this is the elder of my Liu family. His strength has reached the peak of the 7-star dozong. He is the strongest of my Liu family except me. The other 4 are also the elders of my Liu family. They are all good and strong. They are the mainstay of my Liu family. It's a pity." Liu Huabai was more and more excited, but in the end, he fell down with a little lonely meaning. Xiao Yang didn't agree with his words and looked at the 5 elders. One of them snorted coldly when he saw Xiao Yang's line of sight and said sarcastically, "Where are you from? I advise you to leave my Liu family earlier and don't provoke trouble to my Liu family again, or I'll kill you immediately." At the end, the elder looked at Liu Huabai who was sitting on the throne with dissatisfaction. Xiao Yang saw all this in his eyes, and a cold arc was slightly aroused at the corner of his mouth. Xiao Yang suddenly mocked Liu Huabai. Master Liu, these elders of the Liu family seem to be very dissatisfied with you, so I'll discipline you. Xiao Yang's words are very plain, but Liu Huabai was shocked as if he heard 9 days of thunder. He just wanted to move, but he saw those elders laughing and his face changed slightly. Liu Huabai couldn't help scolding. Several old and immortal people can't see clearly when they are like this. If Xiao Yanruo is really just an ordinary person, will I still make friends with them like this? What a bunch of stupid pigs. Boom. As soon as Liu Hua's vernacular voice fell, the laughter of the 5 elders suddenly disappeared. Instead, there was a roar that rang through the hall. Everyone looked at Xiao Yang with a look of shock. His eyes were full of unbelievable look. Just now, Xiao Yang just waved his sleeve robe, and the 5 strongest men in Qingyang City were blown out. He hit the beam column in the main hall. This sudden scene immediately awakened the Liu family. This young man who seems to be similar to them is a super strong man, and his strength is at least above Dozuan. However, Liu Huabai looked at Xiao Yang with shock and helplessness. He had expected that Xiao Yang was not an ordinary person, but I didn't expect Xiao Yang to be so strong. Fortunately, I didn't provoke him like these old guys. Otherwise, I don't need tomorrow. I'm afraid the Liu family will be destroyed today. Xiao Yang looked at the 5 Liu elders indifferently, gave a cold hum, and thought a move. He bound the 5 Liu elders in the air. As soon as his palm explored, he wanted to catch them. Elder, wait a minute. When Liu Huabai saw that Xiao Yang was about to kill the 5 elders of his family, he was very nervous and hurried to shout to Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang frowned slightly when he heard the speech, and then he snorted coldly. The 5 elders of the Liu family were thrown out of the hall door by Xiao Yang like a broken sack. Liu Huabai also relaxed, stood up and bowed to Xiao Yang. Thank you for your kindness of not killing them. I'll punish them severely later according to family rules. When Liu Huabai spoke, he didn't drag a trace of mud and water, and asked someone to carry the 5 elders into the family prison to convict Liu Huabai. When Liu Huabai sent someone to carry the 5 elders away, he was very angry and asked the servants to move faster. He said he didn't want them to dye Xiao Yang's eyes. However, when they heard it, they all turned their lips and stopped talking. This also made Liu Huabai, the patriarch of the Liu family, blush slightly. However, for the safety of the lives of the 5 elders, Liu Huabai endured it with such a red face. I wonder if the elder is satisfied with the younger generations doing this. If he is dissatisfied, the younger generation will immediately ask the servant to carry them back and let the elder handle them. Liu Huabai bows to Xiao Yang when he sees that Xiao Yang is still expressionless. It doesn't matter. I just hope Liu can manage the family well in the future. Don't provoke trouble for his family. I hope today's events don't happen again in the future. Otherwise, Liu must know the consequences in his heart. At that time, it won't be like today. Xiao Yang's words were very plain, but Liu Huabai couldn't help but be shocked. Xiao Yang was right. He was able to let go of the 5 elders of the Liu family. It seemed that Xiao Yang was generous enough. If he were someone else, I'm afraid the whole Liu family would be over now. At the thought of this, Liu Huabai was angry and scolded, but finally sighed slightly, murmured. It seems that the family should be reorganized. Although the voice is not loud, but who here is not a powerful person, this voice is enough for them. After hearing this, the people in the hall agitated one after another, and a family storm is inevitable. Xiao Yang ignored the changes on the faces of the people, turned his body and walked outside the hall. Liu Huabai hurried to follow Xiao Yang and wanted to lead him. However, Xiao Yang didn't seem to want Liu Huabai to lead him. He walked forward independently, as if he were wandering in Liu's house, but Liu Huabai couldn't help but feel a slight shock in his heart. Xiao Yang went in this direction. That's his bedroom, isn't Xiao Yang? It makes Liu Huabai a little angry. Even if you Xiao Yang is an elder and a strong man and don't pay attention to my small family, I'm also the head of the family. You have done this. Even Liu Huabai can't see it in his heart at the moment. If you don't know Xiao Yang's ultimate goal, I'm afraid Liu Huabai should have worked hard with Xiao Yang. Bang! With a wave of Xiao Yang's sleeve robe, Liu Huabai's closed door was blown open by an invisible force, revealing several pieces of furniture and beds. Xiao Yang took the lead to enter. Liu Huabai followed closely with a gloomy face. As soon as Liu Huabai entered, the wooden door made of the same good Nanmu was slammed tightly and closed them. Liu Huabai's face changed slightly and looked at Xiao Yang, but Xiao Yang sat on the tea table and didn't even look at Liu Huabai. He filled the jade teacup on the table with tea and took a sip. Then he opened his mouth and said to Liu Huabai with a gloomy face, "I just saw that your breath is uncertain, your blood gas is floating, and there are hidden injuries in your body. Liu Xiong has found medicinal materials for you before. It must be that the medicine refiner in your family is not proficient in means and can't help you completely eliminate the sequelae in your body." Liu Huabai was stunned when he heard the speech, and then he looked at Xiao Yang nodding. Xiao Yang nodded slightly, and then said, "Look at Liu Xiong's face. In the past, sit on the bed and take off your coat. I'll directly help you eliminate the hidden dangers in your body." Liu Huabai hurriedly followed suit. Xiao Yang smiled and went over to help him heal. The power of Xiao Yang's soul surged out from the center of his eyebrows and went into Liu Hua's white body to explore everywhere. Only a moment later, Xiao Yang knew the sequelae in Liu Hua's white body. The sequelae of Liu Huabai has existed for 10 years. After years of accumulation, it is no longer easy for a family like Liu Huabai to eliminate it. If the Liu family were willing to spend a lot of money 3 years ago, the sequelae in Liu Huabai would have healed, but it is a pity that there is discord within the Liu family. The sequelae in Liu Huabai's body is not only difficult to get rid of, but also getting more and more intense in the dark. If Xiao Yang hadn't just arrived now, I'm afraid Liu Huabai would have been seriously injured and died in less than 2 years. While explaining to Liu Huabai, Xiao Yang sensed the secret wound in Liu Huabai's body. However, after a moment, Xiao Yang smiled and stretched out his hand to take a pill from the void. Liu Huabai didn't notice the grade of the pill at all, but looked at Xiao Yang's hand that tore the void at will. It was not until there was a huge and incomparable drug power in his body that Liu Huabai suddenly woke up and quickly lifted up the fighting qi in his body for refining. Xiao Yang's face did not change. He was still plain. He sat beside the tea table drinking tea, but the wrinkle between his eyebrows and feathers showed a trace of impatience in Xiao Yang's heart, but he didn't say anything and waited quietly. It's night, Qingyang City, Wu family residence. Bang! Wu Bai, the leader of the Wu family, slapped the table with his big hand and tore the whole table made of nanmu into pieces. Wu Bai's eyes were filled with endless killing intention. Bursts of breath belonging to the top of Dozong gushed out of his body, causing everyone in the whole family's discussion hall to hum and retreat outside the hall. Only Wu Bai was left to roar in the hall. Hum! What a Liu family! What a Liu Huabai! How dare you face me? Since you Liu Huabai think the Liu family has existed for a long time, I'll stop here for you. Hum! Someone! Wu Bai roared outside the hall with a fierce face. The next moment a family guard ran in, then Wu Bai shouted again. Go and see if the Supreme Elder has closed the door. He said he would break the door today. As soon as he leaves the door, it will be the day when the Liu family destroys the family. Hee, don't worry about the owner. I've come out. I just don't know when the owner plans to destroy the Liu family. As soon as Wu Bai's voice fell, an old man in hemp clothes and an old face appeared at the door of the main hall. Naturally, the old man in hemp clothes had already known what happened during the day, but he still knew his clan leader's temperament. Wu Bai said that if he moved his hand the next day, he would never let the other party live until the next morning, so he asked at the moment. Wu Bai looked at the hemp-clad old man slowly entering the hall with a smile on his face, and then said, Now that the Supreme Elder is out of the pass, now is the best time to destroy the Liu family. The old man in hemp clothes also showed a slightly sinister smile at the corners of his mouth. Without much discussion, they went out of the hall. In a chaotic sound of footsteps, all the elite children of the Wu family gathered and killed Liu's house at the command of Wu Bai. Naturally, the big moves of the Wu family cannot escape the investigation of the Liu family. What's more, now that the Wu family has a winning ticket, why do they have to sneak? They are all strides. The whole Qingyang city is a little noisy. They are all people arguing about the final result of the war between the Wu family and the Liu family. Some people hope that the Liu family can win the final victory, because the Liu family's style and behavior enable people in Qingyang City to sincerely recognize it, but more people just sigh. Although the Liu family is good, the family's strength is exhausted, and the family's dilapidation is the general trend and cannot be changed. Even if the Liu family can avoid it, it can only live a wandering life of homeless dogs forever. How can it rise again? Liu Fu. The difference is that at the moment, the Liu family is quiet and stable. Everyone is not nervous about the upcoming war. It seems that all this has nothing to do with them. They are doing their own things. They naturally know that the Wu family is about to kill the Liu family, but the family has Xiao Yang, a powerful elder. Even if the Wu family goes out in full force, it's not the same. It's not impossible to lose the whole army and die in the Liu family. But although they think so, Liu Huabai doesn't think so. Liu Huabai looks at the lazy Liu family and looks worried. How can the Liu family completely trust an elder who just didn't know for a day? What's more, Xiao Yang can stay in his Liu family now entirely because of Xiao Yang's favor for Liu Xiong. What's the outcome of his Liu family and what's the matter with him? Therefore, Liu Huabai, in order to inspire the people of the family, had no choice but to make up to the family that Xiao Yang would not care about the affairs of the Liu family. When they heard that, they were shocked and some stirred up, but at this time, the sound of a golden and iron horse rang out from outside the Liu family. The Liu family woke up at this time. It was too late and the war had come. Liu Huabai frowned and looked at the door of Liu's house, where there were two breaths that made him feel extremely afraid. Compared with Xiao Yang's plain and imperceptible breath, these two breaths filled his whole body with a cold chill. When the Liu family also noticed the two strong breaths, they all turned pale, with a deathly grey face. Even the most basic fighting intention as a monk disappeared without a trace. In the face of absolute power, they finally chose to retreat and defeat. That power is not what they can compete with. That power is too powerful. Even if the master and the elder join hands, they are determined not to be opponents, unless Xiao Yang makes a move, but now Xiao Yang is very clear and tells them that he won't make a move, so there's no need to fight this war again. When Liu Huabai saw that the people were all looking grey, his mind suddenly turned. Finally, he thought of a way. He shouted to the people. Are you so willing to admit defeat? Your decadence will only make Master Xiao Yang's affection for my Liu family completely disappear. If you don't have the courage to fight, how can you get the favor and help of Master Xiao Yang? How can a family without strength and courage get the support of the master? Come on. Show your courage and let Master Xiao Yang see our value. Fight exchange our blood for the eternal glory of the Liu family. Get up. Rush to me and kill the scum of the Wu family. Liu Huabai became more and more excited. In the end, he even roared at the people like a roar, and many Liu family friars were infected. They raised their hands and shouted in unison. War. Defeat a group of dog bastards of the Wu family and show them that I, the Liu family, don't produce cowards. Kill them all. War. War. For the eternal glory of the family. War. In an instant, the whole Liu family was inspired by the illusory glory in the future, and their fighting spirit surged into the sky with bright lights and colorful fighting spirit. The fighting spirit surged out of the whole Liu family residence, regardless of the strength of men, women, young and old. A colorful light curtain was formed, which shrouded the whole Liu family. Even the 5 elders who had been wounded by Xiao Yang before and were resting now exuded a unique smell belonging to the strong of Dozong and walked towards the door of Liu's house. Xiao Yang, who is in the guest room, now also has a slight arc in the corner of his mouth and mutters to himself. The Liu family is not so bad. Maybe it's really worth my help. At the moment, a large group of monks dressed in black robes and covered with black cloth surrounded the whole Liu family residence. Everyone looked at the door of the Liu family with a nervous and excited face. They had heard from the roars from the Liu family residence just now. The Liu family really wanted to fight with the strength of the whole family this time. As the saying goes, if 2 tigers fight, 1 will be hurt. Now, although it is said that the Wu family has almost completely occupied the advantage, since the Liu family dares to shout a few minutes before the war, it shows that they have something they don't know. In that case, they need to be very careful, but it's only for the ordinary people of the Wu family. For the old man in sackcloth, as long as he is not a person of the same level, he is fully confident that he can win the Liu family. Therefore, he scoffs at the Liu family's response and ignores it. With the creaking sound of opening the door of the Liu family's residence slowly opened, and hundreds of figures rushed out of the door. All of them were armed with weapons and looked at the Wu family. Liu Huabai glanced at the people brought by the Wu family from a distance. I'm afraid there are more people than the Liu family, which made Liu Huabai's heart sink slightly. These extra people, coupled with the 2 ways, make them afraid. Without Xiao Yang's help, I'm afraid it would be difficult for his Liu family to survive today. Whether Xiao Yang will make a move is still an unknown number. I can't help sighing in my heart. Liu Huabai was about to step out of the door, but he suddenly put an arm on his left shoulder. When he turned his head, the elder came to fight with injury. Looking at his pale face, I'm afraid he can't fight. Just trying to persuade him back, the elder suddenly said, No need, master. I'm also a member of the Liu family. Even if I'm injured, I have to fight for the family. After today's events, I also understand that the elder is right. I'm too powerful. How can the family be arrogant? Those ancient aristocratic families are based on humility. What qualifications do I have as a small border family of the Liu family? If the Liu family can survive today, the old man will no longer be in charge of the affairs of the idol family. Just rely on the master. The elder's words are so sincere that Liu Huabai can't bear to refute. In addition, the elder is now seriously injured, so Liu Huabai has to nod and agree. Then they looked at Wu Bai, the master of the Wu family, and the old man in sackcloth. As soon as the elder looked at the old man in sackcloth, his pupils suddenly narrowed and his mouth opened. A shocked look emerged from his face. After a long time, he said a few words. You're not dead. The old man in sackcloth showed a cruel smile on his face, smiled at Elder Liu and said, "Well, are you very excited to see me?" "Yes. I'm not dead. Not only I'm not dead, but I've also achieved the strength of fighting respect. How about you? Are you happy to hear this good news?" Ha ha. The elder of the Liu family and all the Liu family were shocked when they heard the speech. Their eyes contracted fiercely. They looked at the old man in sackcloth with a shocked face. Dozun's rank is a super existence that will not appear in Qingyang City in 100 years. What does Dozun count as the Liu family? Have you become a strong fighter? Then how can you still be in Qingyang City? Shouldn't you be taken away by the people above? The elder heard the speech, and then asked the old man in sackcloth incredulously. The old man in sackcloth gave a cold hum when he heard the speech and said to the elder Liu family, "I know the rules. I will leave sooner or later when my strength is up. But I'm just breaking through. I'm not allowed to rest at home for one night until tomorrow." Hey, Liu Xincheng, it's you who have only made such a little progress in strength over the years. It's really surprising to me, ha ha. What about the original genius? The original genius, what about the peerless Tianjiao? Now it seems that it's just like this, ha ha ha. The words of the old man in hemp clothes were ironic, which made the elder Liu family tremble with anger. If he hadn't been seriously injured at the moment, I'm afraid he would have rushed up to fight the old man in hemp clothes. At this time, Liu Huabai seemed to think of something. Before, he just saw that the old man in hemp clothes looked familiar. When he thought about it, his face, which had returned to a little ruddy color, suddenly turned pale again. It took a long time to say with a trembling voice, You are Wu Kuei, the elder of the Wu family." The faces of the Liu family all changed dramatically when they heard the speech. Wu Kuei, a name that everyone in the Liu family felt terrible. When Wu Kuei was young, his strength was not very good, even a little weaker than some foreigners, but Wu Kuei was very perseverance. Although his strength was weaker than others, his strength was considered as reluctance under concentrated cultivation. However, just after its strength reached the fighting spirit, it suddenly disappeared for some reason. At that time, no one noticed. In their view, it was just a little fighting spirit. It must have died somewhere long ago. But just a few months after its disappearance, the Liu family suddenly found that their people were constantly decreasing, all died strangely for no reason, and the strength of the dead people was getting stronger and stronger. Some even reached the realm of fighting the king, but they still died for some reason. It was not until a person of the Liu family accidentally found that Wu Kuei was killing people that the truth came to light. It turned out that Wu Kuei attacked and killed people of the Liu family during the period when he disappeared. Those who died were killed instantly by him, and his own strength reached the strength of the 3-star fighting king from a star spirit before he disappeared. Moreover, he didn't know where he learned the method of assassination. Even if he met the strong emperor, he was still able to leave calmly, which made the people of the Liu family panic. A 3-star king is not terrible, but the terrible thing is that he can also assassinate the strong emperor, which is difficult to deal with. Finally, even the current elder of the Liu family was assassinated by him. Although the final result ended in failure, the amazing cultivation talent of the Liu family, the great elder who was becoming famous in the Liu family at that time, was also destroyed by him. He became a useless man of the Liu family and once became the biggest laughingstock of the Liu family in 100 years. This also led to the anger of the Liu family. On the one hand, he sent the real strong man of the Liu family to hunt down Wu Kuei, and on the other hand, he found trouble for the Wu family. I hope I can recover a little, but in the end it ended in failure. Although the Liu family also told the elder at that time that Wu Kuei had fallen off the cliff and died, no one knows that it was just perfunctory. Sure enough, Wu Kuei didn't die. Not only didn't die, but also his strength was higher than that of the elder of the Liu family. Liu Huabai saw the lonely look in the eyes of his family and burst out. For my Liu families tomorrow, rush for me. Kill all these Wu family's sundries. Before the words fell, they took the lead to rush up. When they saw the patriarch's desperate posture, they thought about Xiao Yang, who was still in the Liu family's residence. With a wave of a sharp blade in his hand, his fighting spirit surged wildly. In an instant, they waved to the Wu family, while Liu Huabai and the elder rushed to the Wu family leader Wu Bai and the old man in sackcloth. The sudden rush made the Wu family defeated at the beginning. However, although the fighting intention of the Liu family had already erupted and everyone had the posture of desperate Saburo at the time of the rush, the Wu family had a large number of people. Before long, the Liu family was overwhelmed by the Wu family's naval warfare skills. It seemed that the Liu family would be destroyed in a short time. However, it was surprising that there was another place in the field that was resisted by the Liu family. Despite the strong attack of the Wu family, it was still forcibly resisted by the Liu family. Xiao Yang looked at it and found that it was the person brought by Liu Xiong. Liu Xiong tried his best to invite Xiao Yang with his family's strength, which made the elder of the Wu family frown slightly after seeing it. Then with a cold hum, he threw the defeated Liu Jiaqiang on the opposite side to the people of the Wu family. He moved and rushed to Liu Xiong's position. Xiao Yang in the Liu family's residence sensed the battle outside the Liu family's residence, and Wu Kuei, who rushed towards Liu Xiong, gave a sneer, but wandered around the Liu family's courtyard. Looking at several fish competing for fish food in the pond, Xiao Yang picked up a stone at hand and threw it at one of the largest fish. Before the stone fell, the fish quickly dodged to one side. At the same time, Wu Kuei, the old man in sackcloth outside the Liu family's residence, was also the whole person. His movements were slightly sluggish, his pupils suddenly tightened, his whole body was soaked in a cold sweat, and a bone-cold feeling rushed out of his soul. His body shape suddenly retreated back for tens of feet after an instant, bowed forward, arched forward with both hands, and said with trembling all over, "I don't know which senior made such a joke with the younger generation. I hope the elder can stand idly by. Please apologize to the elder after the younger generation has handled the matter. The younger generation thanks the elder first." Wu Kuei was very careful when he spoke, as if he was afraid to annoy the mysterious elder in his mouth, while others were slightly stunned when they saw Wu Kuei's strange move. Then all the Liu family turned their heads and looked into the Liu house with excitement. Xiao Yang's figure did not appear in the sight of everyone, but his words floated out of the Liu house. Only listening to Xiao Yang's words that sounded like a joke made the whole Wu family suddenly change their faces. Since they all came to kill me, I'm no longer polite. I'm in a good mood recently and don't want to do it, but you don't let me relax at all. In that case, don't blame me. After Xiao Yang's words, he turned slightly and appeared at the gate of Liu's house. He looked at Wu Kuei without any waves in his eyes. His eyes made Wu Kuei tremble fiercely, quickly fell down from the air, trotted to Xiao Yang, bowed to Xiao Yang and said, "Younger generation Wu Kuei, I've seen the elder. Today's matter is the ignorance of the younger generation in the younger generation. I'm sorry to disturb the elder's rest. I hope the elder will go back now." Then he quickly turned to the Wu family and shouted, "Go home." A group of people who don't know the greatness of heaven and earth dare to disturb the seniors Qingxiu. They don't want to live. Go. Go back to the family quickly. Everyone is not allowed to leave the family within a month, or they will be killed. Go. 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 Give it to me. Go. Go. After shouting, Wu Kuei turned to look at Xiao Yang, but he saw that Xiao Yang's clear eyes were still without waves. He looked at him coldly. His face changed. When he just wanted to turn around and continue to scold, Xiao Yang waved his hand and said faintly, "Well, you don't have to play with them for me to see. All the people who came to your Wu family today are bound to die. What's more, you still want to kill the people I like. You're not timid, so since you're all here, stay." Xiao Yang's words were very plain, but it made Wu Kuei's face suddenly change, his body move, fiercely flash towards the horizon, and want to escape from this world. How can Xiao Yang, a powerful semi-emperor, let a small dozuan escape from under his eyelids? His palms slowly raised and gently patted down, and Wu Kuei's body that escaped quickly was a bang, like being hit hard. He fell to the ground and finally hit the ground with a bang, raising bursts of smoke. When the smoke dispersed, people saw that Wu Kuei was bleeding and lying on the ground without breath. Blood gushed out of his wounds and dyed a large area of the ground red. Everyone looked at Wu Kuei's body in a daze. Even the Wu family members who were rolling on the ground had a slight look on their faces, and then they ran away frantically, even the senior leaders of the Wu family. Xiao Yang looked at all the Wu people indifferently, raised his palm again, and then held it tightly. He saw that the Wu family had not even uttered the sound of scream, but turned into a blood mist in an instant, slowly floating in the air, emitting a thick and disgusting smell of blood. All the people of the Liu family are looking at each other with such means, such heart, and so ruthless. Elder, it's really unusual. If the Liu family can make friends with them, I'm afraid it's not difficult to unify the southwest border in the future. While thinking about the people, they also cast worship eyes on Xiao Yang. Some people even knelt down on their knees and waited for Xiao Yang, the elder, to see which disciple he could be, but Xiao Yang looked at Liu Xiong again, nodded slightly and motioned Liu Xiong to come over. Xiao Yang looked at Liu Xiong standing in front of him and suddenly said, "Are you a herbalist?" Liu Xiong when Yang's eyes lit up slightly and replied to Xiao Yang. Back to the elder, the younger generation is just a herbalist. It's a pity that the younger generation doesn't have enough experience and has no one taught it. Therefore, the refining technique has always stayed at the level of a 4-grade herbalist, which makes the elder laugh. Xiao Yang nodded slightly, and there was a trace of approval in Liu Xiong's eyes. His right hand looked into the void, and then a scroll appeared in his hand. Xiao Yang threw it to Liu Xiong, and then said, "This is a lifetime experience of an 8-grade medicine refining master. If you have time, you can learn, which should be helpful to your growth and progress in the future." As soon as these words came out, the whole body of the Liu family was shocked. Liu Xiong almost fell down. The 8-product medicine refining master, who was at the peak of the power of the medicine refiner, threw it to others at will. If some low-level medicine refiners knew it, I'm afraid they would immediately come and do everything to exchange with Xiao Yang. Liu Xiong was stunned for a long time. Just now, his throat moved and he swallowed saliva. He looked at the scroll in his hand excitedly. As soon as his knee bent, he knelt down towards Xiao Yang. At the same time, he spit out a sentence. "Thank you for your kindness. I can't thank you enough. Master, please accept my apprentice's worship." Then he wanted to fall to the ground, but Xiao Yang waved his sleeve robe, propped up Liu Xiong's body, which was about to kneel to the ground, and said, "I give you the experience of this 8-grade medicine refining master to help you practice. I don't want you to be grateful and bow down to me, but I think you have good character, solid cultivation, courage and quantity. As for you who want to worship me as a teacher, you are not qualified. To tell the truth, I was much better than you at your age. If you really want to worship me as a teacher, you'd better arrive at the refining school first to be a master of medicine. At least, to be the editor of this scroll, a master of medicine is only worthy of being your apprentice." As soon as Xiao Yang said this, even Liu Xiong, a 4-grade medicine refining master, had a violent twitch in his face. The 8-grade medicine refining master was only qualified as an apprentice. It was unimaginable how powerful he was. Liu Xiong heard that his pupils suddenly shrunk and his body suddenly trembled. He bowed his head slightly and stopped talking. This video will end here.